The first thing we're going to do is kind of take a twist, because I've got to share with you the shepherd's prophecy, okay? That before that Jesus became the good shepherd, we have to realize he was the perfect sacrifice. You see, if you were to take one chapter prior, Psalm 22, that is a psalm that it's literally a psalm of anguish. In fact, if you were to study the 22nd Psalm, you would find that 24 times it is used in the New Testament to explain the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. And it's in the first verse of Psalm 22 where the psalmist cried out, he said, my God, why have you forsaken me? I know you've heard that before. It's in your mind. You know where you hear it? It's when Jesus is on the cross. It is one of his 7 sayings when he literally looks towards heaven on the cross and says, my God, why have you forsaken me? It was at the time when Jesus gave his life for our sin. Jesus being all God like he was no man, all man like he was no God. That's the reason Paul declared in 2 Corinthians, for God made him who knew no sin to be sin for us, that we might be made the righteousness of God through Jesus Christ. There had to be a sacrifice. In fact, there had to be a sacrifice because we all have one thing in common. We don't like to discuss it. We certainly don't like to admit it. But we all have one thing in common in this room. We've all sinned. If you don't believe me, I've been here 15 years, so this is probably the most reoccurring illustration I give. I call it group participation, okay? I'm gonna ask you a question. If you've ever told a lie in your entire life, would you just raise your hand right now? Keep it up, don't woo like this, okay? Keep it up. Now I want you to look around the room. Do you see all the liars that came to church this morning? Do y'all see that? Now, for the few of you that did not raise your hand, liar. I mean, I got to put it to you like this. There's not a person in this room that hadn't sinned. Every one of us has blown it. Why do I do that? I do that for 2 reasons. One, because some of you are sitting here and you think you're the only one that's messed up. You think there's no way God could ever love you because of your sin. I want you to know we've all messed up. There's not a person in this room God cannot change your life. The second reason I do it is because some may be sitting here going, well, I'm bad, but I'm not as bad as the rest of y'all, okay? And I want the greatest person inside this room still needs a redeemer for your soul. In fact, I know I'm in Kansas, and you guys, you got a lot of good sports teams, but March Madness, okay? I know that is what you guys kind of focus in on. Do y'all know, y'all probably do know this because y'all are the guru of college basketball, but do you know that there's never been a perfect bracket for March Madness? Now, I knew mine's usually busted by the first 3 games of the tournament. But do you know there's never been a perfect bracket? In fact, a mathematician did the study, and here's what they concluded. They said the chance of a perfect bracket is equal to 1 in 9.2 quintillion. I had to look up the term quintillion. I'm from Birmingham. That is 18 zeros. I'd call that billions on steroids, wouldn't you? There's never been a perfect, you say, why are you using that? Because there's never been but one perfect person.